Hey preppers, what's going on? It's Timothy Grant Harrell, creator of the Prepper 22 project, managing partner of Turtles for Tomorrow. That's right, we just got, we established this whole thing this month. September 11th was our grand opening, and we actually just got done doing a 48-hour field training problem part of Robin Sage, which is the big joint militia field exercise they do every year with the special forces so they can get ready to fight and train. Weird stuff, but it was just, we've had a lot of good times. And when I was doing that, I was talking to some vets, and one guy was like, hey, look, Tim, I got 2 daughters and a son. I just want to go camping and roast some marshmallows and with them. What can you do for me? And here's something. Yeah, we offer veterans to come out here and preppers to come out here and fight, and that's what this video is going to be about. But if you're just a veteran, and this is exclusive offer only for veterans, military veterans. If you're a veteran and you have a wife or a husband, kids, and you just want to enjoy some camping and not necessarily have to worry about drunk people coming up in the woods and drinking or safety or whatever, contact us at Prepper 22. Any military parent, veteran parent, can come out here for a camping weekend for free with their family, and they can camp and do whatever they want out here. And on the other side of the field, I will have some veterans that won't even bother you, won't talk to you. They'll just be sitting out there camping on the other side, kind of keeping an eye on the field, making sure that you guys can have a nice, peaceful, relaxing time. So yeah, I also do some very domesticated things. But we're going to talk today. Everyone's like, oh, you're offering these 3-day, 2-night FTXs where civilians can come with their readiness prepper groups and they can camp out on one side of the field, and you have veterans on the other side camping out acting like Op4s. What does a 3-day FTX at the snapping field really look like?
Great forces around the moon and the world, we learn their spirit. Because there's something going on in time and space beyond time and space. It's whether we like it or not. You and I have a rendezvous with us. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step in the 1,000 years to come. Freedom.
And here's what it looks like. There's 3 days, 2 nights. You come on Friday afternoon, Friday evening, start the exercise. We index, on Sunday early afternoon, and then we meet back up an hour or 2 later at an all-you-can-eat buffet here in town, close to the snapping field. So before you hit the roads and go home, you've had a long weekend, you probably haven't eaten very good, you've been running around, you can pig out at an all-you-can-eat buffet. And while that all-you-can-eat buffet is going on, of course, all the Op4s, myself as the OC, all your people are going to sit there, and we're going to have what's called an after-action review, where we all kind of talk about what happened, what we saw, what we were thinking, what went right, what went wrong, but what actually happens in these 3-day field exercises right here at the snapping field. We have the 3-day, 2-night, and we have a trilogy training plan. And what that means is I actually have 3 different FTX phases, and you have to come to all 3 before we start actually customizing the FTXs, the stuff that you want to train or we think you need to train on more. And it's not a pass or fail. It's not like your whole crew's going to come and we'll say, you failed, come back again. It's not like that. But the first FTX, just like my patch or the patches we wear here to say MLD, the first FTX is the Minuteman leadership development, and it has a scenario. Hey, we have a solar panel farm that just got built right here. The indigenous people that live here in the land don't appreciate that being built on their land. We need to deploy some Minutemen to kind of guard that gate. So the first one, that's the scenario. You'll come in on Friday afternoon, Friday evening. You'll drive right up to the solar panel gate. You'll download your gear. We'll move your vehicles off the perimeter, and then you'll get a tour. The tour, you'll set up your camp right here on the brown line. I'll be like, hey, there's an OP, fully furnished OP built right there. There's bunkers that you can sleep in, fully furnished, built there. There's a CP, fully furnished, built there. There's another OP there. There's a campfire. You can sleep in these bunkers. You can bring your own tents out. You can sleep in other. It doesn't matter because it's your organization. We're just going to be watching, seeing how you're doing it, seeing why you're doing it and stuff. But the main objective of the Minutemen Leadership Development FTX is you have to guard the front gate. So luckily the brown field is right on the gate, so you can go anywhere you want in this field. You can set up perimeters, you can do patrols, you can do whatever. But the main objective is no one can come up to this gate right here. And some of the things you don't have to worry, the bad guys, the indigenous enemies and stuff, they love their land and they respect their land. So you're not gonna have to worry about any indirect fire, any mortars, any rounds coming up. You're just gonna have to worry about, in this field problem, they're gonna come up for close contact killing and destroying this field. So your main objective, you can set up your camp anywhere like I said on Friday night, and your main objective all weekend is you have to set up a guard duty right there on the gate. Then Saturday we're gonna wake up, you know, you're gonna eat your chows and stuff. You and your team is all up to your own chows and your meal plans and stuff. We're gonna eat some chow, and then we're actually gonna leave. We're gonna beat feet, we're gonna road march all the way down to another site, some swamps and stuff. We're gonna set up a little day camp right there, and then in the morning we're gonna learn how to move tactically as a unit, who should be talking, who should be telling who to move, how you know when to shoot, move, communicate. While there's too many chiefs, not enough Indians is bad. You're gonna learn how to move like a team. Then you're gonna eat your chow for lunch. Then we're gonna learn some combatives, some hand-to-hand combatives, and how you can actually teach that to your crew when you go back. Then after that, we're gonna go ahead and road march back to the snapping field. Go ahead and eat your dinner chow. Then nightfall. Then Sunday, Sunday morning, when you wake up, you eat your morning chow. Then we're gonna have a retired chaplain from the army, a preacher who used to preach in the army. He's gonna come out Sunday. He's gonna give us a little motivational speakeasy. Then we're gonna break down the campsite, meet back up an hour or two later at an all-you-can-eat buffet, and have an after-action review of what went right, what went wrong, why'd you do certain people as guard, certain people not as guard, why'd you set up your camp there, not there, and did I mention the whole weekend you're being threatened and tested by OP4. Veterans, military veterans who have served in combat are going to be sleeping on the other end, acting like those bad guys that don't appreciate this solar field being here. Okay, so that's the first FTX, the first 3-day FTX, Minuteman Leadership Development. That's where you learn actually how to do Minuteman stuff, what the leaders are supposed to do, what the guys under leaders, stuff like that. And the actual objective is just this gate. The brown, fully furnished, the brown bunkers and the brown side of the field is right next to this gate. And all you have to worry about that whole 3 days is OP4 not killing you and not coming into this gate. Now, when you come back for your next FTX, the 3-day FTX, it's going to be called the Bushcraft Boot Camp. That's right. We've learned in the first 3-day FTX how to actually set up leaders, team leaders, squad leaders, you know, assault team, stuff like that, how to move around, how to set up perimeters. You kind of tested your MRAs, your meal plans to see if you went hungry that weekend or not. You guarded that fence. Now you came back for another deployment, and guess what? Those bad guys on the green side, they've actually started some more trouble. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to show back up on Friday afternoon, Friday evening, drive all the way up into the turtle field, download all your gear and stuff, bring it back to the brown side perimeter. move your vehicles, but now instead of just guarding just the gate, you're guarding this whole field now, because we've had so much trouble with those tricky OP4 snapping turtles that we don't want them in the field anymore. So now you've already learned how to set up a perimeter, how to set up a gate, all that, but now you're going to actually learn how to actually patrol and watch more than just the gate, because we can't have those OP4 coming around the gates and stuff this time. Saturday morning, we're going to wake up, we're going to eat our chow, and then we're going to beat feet. We're going to road march, but instead of going to the swamps and doing combatives and stuff, we're actually going to road march a different way, a little bit longer, but a different area that has nothing but bamboo in the woods. And we're going to learn how to do bushcraft, how to start fires, how to build tents, how to use bushcraft or sticks and stones and stuff to make survival stuff. What the difference in a concealment and a cover is. Important stuff, how to live in the woods. Then we're going to eat our lunch in the afternoon. We're going to learn some more bushcraft, and then we're going to road march back. Saturday night, come back Sunday morning. We're going to wake up. We're going to actually give classes on some bushcraft that we learned. Then we're going to have another chaplain come out, give us a motivational speakeasy again, and then we're going to have our DX. Meet back up at a different buffet here in this area, have another AAR. So this field problem, the bushcraft boot camp, in the first field problem, Minuteman leadership development, we've learned how to set up a perimeter, how to guard a small entry to this field, and leadership stuff. The bushcraft boot camp, we've came back. Now we're in charge of this whole field. Nothing can be in this field or the gate. And we've learned a lot of bushcrafting, how to live out into the woods, how to live with the woods and stuff. And did I mention this whole time, we're going to have twice as many OP4. And they're going to be fucking with you twice as much. Okay, so now we're moving right along to the third 3-day FTX that you have to complete right here at the snapping field before we can start having some real fun. And it's called World War III. And yeah, if you have a college degree, you're probably going to know that we're in like World War V now. I think World War III was the Cold War. World War IV was the war on terrorism, and now the war against Putin is World War V. But anyways, World War III. And the first field problem, Minuteman leadership development, we developed your leadership skills, and you learned how to guard just that gate. You left, you redeployed back. Oh, we dropped the ball when you were gone. The OP4 took over the field. You learned bushcraft boot camp, how to live out into the field and stuff, how to live if you have to leave your OP or your CP and actually guard a bigger area. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to be guarding a bigger area because you're in charge of this whole field and stuff. Now you're coming back and, oh, someone dropped the ball again. It seems like the OP4 took over this field. So your third and final FTX, you actually have to take this field back over from the veterans. It's kind of like if you want to say you're the OP4 or whatever. So you're going to meet at a different field. We're going to spend the night there. The next morning, we're going to have one of those drone clubs come, the father and sons. They're going to fly their drones over the snapping field while you're watching on video camera what the OP4, the veterans are doing, where they're camping, what's going on, and you're going to devise a plan. You figured out how to be a leader. You figured out how to live outside. You're going to devise a plan now from what you saw on those drones, on that intelligence. And then Saturday, when you wake up, we're going to road march all the way back to the snapping field. And you're going to have until Sunday, DX, to see if that plan works, to take the field back over. And then when it's all over, yeah, we're going to meet back up at a buffet and we're going to have another after action review. Those are the three required FTXs that you have to do right here at the snapping field. And then after that, we can actually sit down. We've worked long enough. You know, we've actually trained together for 9 days. We've had a lot of ARs, a lot of time. So we can see what your weaknesses are, what your strengths are. You can see what your weaknesses are, what your strengths are. You can say, yeah, I want to do a field problem only on this. I want to do a field problem only on this, blah, blah, blah. You know, we learn stuff, but we want you to be able to come and get the full experience in these three themed FTXs with me and my fellow veterans as the bad guys right here on the green side. contact me at lightfighternc@gmail.com and reserve you and your team spot.